All right, guys, we're going to jump right into this. You already know we're a travel agency, right? You already know to subscribe, right? You already know to hit the notification bell, right? And you know to donate. See how they snuck that donate button in there?
Yeah, they know.
Anyway, guys, we're going to be talking to Johnny. We're going to be talking about assisted living for expats and gringos that, I don't know, they're getting older, they might need some help. But if you don't know who Johnny is, Johnny's our medical guy, our medical tourism guy, our dental tourism guy. You need implants, you need root canals, you need liposuction, you need hip replacement, you need back surgery, stem cell therapy. Johnny's the guy, so go to our site. If you want to talk to Johnny, let's get this done really quick. Go to our site, scroll down, fill out a little quick form, goes right to Johnny, and you can ask him about whatever your medical health needs are, and I think he can help you. Most people don't know this. He also works in Mexico.
Yeah.
Was that a secret?
No secret.
Should we start this over?
Transparent.
All right. He does a lot of stuff that he does here, also in Mexico. So again, maybe some more options for you. All right, man. So here's the deal. I got this email last week, and somebody was asking me, hey, have you ever thought about doing a video about assisted living? How is it in Costa Rica for expats that live there, whether they have residency here or they don't? Maybe they just live here as a perpetual tourist. They're getting older. We're going to talk to Johnny about that. But before we start with that, I think we should discuss how Costa Rica treats old people. From an outsider looking in, the United States could learn a thing or two on how to treat the elderly.
Definitely.
No, for real.
Yeah. It's Costa Rica takes a big importance with people that I call them mature adults.
That's a nice term.
That's a nice term, but no, everybody to me is the same, but I treat everybody the same. Now, Costa Rican in particular, they take the seniors and they give them special privileges.
They do. They're in the front of every line, man. They do not wait in line, which is nice. They're getting the respect they deserve, man. I like it, actually.
Yeah, they get in front of the lines. They can ride public buses, okay, our buses, for free.
Right.
So
but it's not even that. I think it's even a bigger respect from. I mean, there's let's say there's just maybe there's a lot of mama's boys here. You know what I mean?
Oh,
people love their mothers. They love their grandmothers. They love their grandfathers, and they are held into like esteem.
Yes.
And they're treated.
There is some senior living facilities that there are some people that don't treat the mothers as well, and they want to send them out there. But yes. Most Costa Ricans stay with their kids.
Right.
They're taken care of. They get nurses. It's not a common practice, but it is a practice. And having that said,
You mean a practice of what? What do you mean?
Of sending their parents off to senior living facilities.
But would that only be? So I'm sorry to interrupt. But would that only be if they need special? They have special needs? Because I've seen that a lot of times. The parents and the parents and the grandparents are staying with, their grandchildren and dying at home almost in a sense. No?
Most of the time, yes, that's it. On an expat area, it's a little bit different. They do have facilities here for expats that offer those type of facilities.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So first, let's talk about not everybody has residency. So let's pretend. Well, let's use me. I'm getting older. Now, I do have my residency. Now, how would I be, let's say, I don't know, dementia set in. What's gonna happen?
Well, not every facility here is equipped for that. So when you're looking at a facility, it has to be equipped for that. It has to have an entire system for that, and the professionals that are adapted for that. Not everybody has that. There's a lot of facilities that do have senior living, but they're not adapted for that.
Oh, so there's like senior living, let's say communities where they're just getting older, but there's no really special needs. I'm talking about more, well, we could talk about both. We can talk about, is there like, I don't know, not gated communities, but like communities, and then separate from that, is there, more of a 24-hour, I need help thing?
There's 24-hour facilities. In the country, there's probably, I don't know, about 20 facilities that operate in that manner. And then there's communities that are developing and actually helping another facility start up a senior living community that wants that type of a concept. But yes, it exists.
Are you familiar with Sun City? You know, like it's in Arizona. It's like thousands of houses, and it's
Yes.
kind of more for the elderly.
Yeah.
Is there anything even comparable to that, even on a small scale?
Not so much. Most seniors that come live here, they have their own houses. It's not a common practice, but it is coming. It's coming to fruition here.
All right, so I think the email I got was more on the side that maybe they had some special needs.
Any special need that a senior has, we can accommodate.
Yeah, but let's talk about, I mean, again, expats. So what if you're not a resident here, but you've been a perpetual tourist for the last 15 years now? We actually have a friend. She's 85. She lives up on the Waterfall Road. I did a video with her. She, I mean, she doesn't watch these videos. She clearly is, let's just say, getting having some old people issues. I don't want to say dementia, but yes, kind of. And she's by herself, no real family. She's got some money. I mean, money's not a problem. So what is her options, or does she have any options?
She does have options. She can go to a facility that's adapted for that can help treat that, because it's not enough to just put somebody somewhere and have them, I don't want to say go away, just put them in a corner. No, there should be a treatment plan associated with that person. So there's facilities that work on getting her back to health, finding out what's going on, and trying to having that quality of life at least those last
Yeah,
years.
but what about, I mean, she would probably die in that facility. I mean,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Now, how would let's talk a little bit about, hey, D'Angelo. You can wave and say
Hola.
what about, let's talk about money. Okay, this is a real case. So she's not really a resident, but she's been living here doing perpetual tourism for as long as I've been here. So she's 85. How would the money work if she was to get into a facility that can take care of her needs? Does the hospital does her money start wiring to the hospital? How's all that?
No. She maintains control as much time as she can. She can designate someone to be in her behalf, and then give her if she's checking herself in, she designates her own self. She has a say in the whole plan. But as people age, designating somebody to help her, not just sitting there and letting some stranger help you. The strangers will help you, but designating somebody that you trust to be able to do
Well,
it.
I hate to keep pressing the issue, but if she doesn't have anybody and she's kind of, slowly kind of going south, where would it go? Would they, no, I mean, this is, maybe
Yeah.
you don't know, maybe, I know every case is different, there's a million different variables, but she really is 85, she really is, doesn't really have any family.
So the facilities that I work with, they're pretty honest, and 99%
Pretty honest.
There's a 1% chance that there's some dishonest people out there, and it could be in any culture, in any area. But the facilities that we go, they protect the seniors that are in those facilities, so they're there to take care of them. Costa Rica recently had one of the oldest seniors in the world, and they took care of him for 30 years with no pension.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming if she ran into trouble, she would probably have an advocate.
She was having an
place.
advocate. She has an advocate at the place, and most of the time the doctors on site are their biggest advocate, because they really do take care of them.
Now, how would insurance play into this? In your experience, do insurances from the United States pay for this? Does it depend? Is it cash? If the cash runs out, is she out on the road? You know.
Most of the time, insurances, there's some policies that will pay, some that don't. Most of the time it's cash. In Costa Rica, if you're a senior, they do have facilities that they do put seniors. Maybe you go from a private facility to a public facility. It's much different, but they're not going to put you on the street.
Now let's say she has. If you guys don't know this word, it's called the CAHA. It's socialized medicine here. I'm a resident. I have the CAHA. I can go to the doctor. So let's say, okay, again, 85. She has CAHA. Is that good or bad in a sense? Is she going to go to kind of a, you know what I mean?
She has head of the line privileges at the CAHA. And if she's in a facility that
Wait, say that again. So she's just like the bank. She goes to the head of the line, and
head
she's
of the
going
line. They don't wait. They always have priority here. Seniors have priority. So when you go to the facility, she's going to get priority, even if it's a CAHA. It's the most beautiful place in the world, but she has priority. And the other thing is that since the doctor in the facility starts working with the CAHA, so all her medicines are all taken care of, if she in fact has medicines, hopefully not, but that's all taken care of within the system.
So obviously, so is what you're saying is if you have residency here as an expat, and if you're resident, you have the CAHA. So
Yeah.
is that the better option? Or is the better option just being a rich perpetual tourist that has cash that can, you know what I mean? I'm trying to.
I think you're always going to have a different type of treatment if you have more means, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to treat you bad if you don't have means. You're just not going to be able to. You're not going to have your own private facility.
So you have options if you have money and you're an expat gringo here without being a resident, and you have options here if you are a resident here as an expat and have the CAHA.
Correct.
So, in your experience, what's the what's Yelp say? What are is the feedback good? Is it? Oh, I mean, is it? Would you like go? Well, no, you need to go back to the States, or would you go? There's adequate care. Would you say, well, some places are better than others? What's the overall?
There are some places better than others, but here it's almost worse. It's a worse crime to treat a senior unruly or hurt a senior. It's almost like almost up there like killing an animal.
No, it's you know, I don't know if they if you don't live here, you don't know. I mean, I've been here 16 years. It is I love that they treat their seniors, their grandmothers, their mothers with such respect. It's a really nice thing because in the United States, we're like, man, let's get that. She needs to go. She's getting crazy.
This is our budget. Let me just send her to this location. That leaves me some spending money. No, it's not the case here. And then I want to make sure that I'm not comparing a human to an animal. What I'm saying is that here in Costa Rica,
I'm glad you said that because I know there's people going, what did he just say?
So animals here are very, if you run over an animal, it's almost like committing a felony. So it's in that category that they treat seniors here. So you will treat a senior with respect, and if you are caught, they will prosecute you here.
Yeah. So where are most of these places? Is this all like San Jose in the major parts, or are there? Okay, like right here, we're in La Fortuna. Is there any?
Yes, there's one in Ciudad Quesada.
An hour away.
An hour away. There's some in Guanacaste. A lot of facilities that have been popping up are in San Jose, Escazú, La Garita, areas like that.
Right. So, what else?
I think.
Well, would you put your mother in these places?
Culturally,
you would take care. I mean,
you would take care of them, but yes, you would. It's just sometimes they need seniors to be with seniors to have that interaction. With us, we're too busy.
You need some social.
You need some social interaction. Yeah. We're too busy with our lives. We're too busy trying to get to that point where we'll be able to retire.
Right.
In which I don't even know what retirement is anymore. Is it really retirement, or is it, you know what? Oh, they got as much juice out of you, and you're good to go now.
Right. So I think the point I want people to know that. So if you have special needs and you're like in my friend's case, maybe going a little south, there's those places,
yes.
And there's also places for an expat gringo that lives here in more of a senior style living where they dance on Friday nights and go have beers on Saturday or whatever.
Yes. It's coming in certain areas. Certain areas are exploring it. It's becoming more natural. it's coming to what the villages would be in Florida.
Right. I'm surprised those aren't. I mean, are they everywhere? I mean, I'm not in this field, so I don't really know. Is this because I would think that would be somebody would kind of jump on that to, I don't know.
Yeah, well, the thing is sometimes certain Costa Ricans think about markets. Let's put a coffee shop or a food shop. Since they take care of their seniors themselves, sometimes it's not at the top of the list. It's more of these facilities that I'm talking about, most of them are American influenced, or there was a need that just happened to arise, and doctors said, okay, you know what, let me open up a facility, and it happened by fluke, not because it was planned.
Right. I think it just goes back to the culture. I mean, most people would have their grandmothers, their older mothers or whatever, fathers, living with them.
Yes.
And
here, the thing is, you got to do is take people that you're going to trust. These facilities, I've visited them. We've sent seniors there. It's just sometimes if it's a right fit. There's got to be climate. Do they have chronic conditions? Things like that also affect where you put people. If you want to put them in Guanacaste, it's a beautiful beaches, but the medical facilities are a ways to go. So you want to, if you got chronic
conditions, like a little too far away?
Too far away. As you get older, you don't want to get in a car for an hour and a half or 2 hours to go to a medical facility or an appointment that you got to go once.
So maybe a San Jose area is probably going to be
it's going to be a better choice for them, because there's more resources, there's things that they can choose, and then there's activities. At the end of the day, it's the activities that you want to have for them.
Well, I want people to know that if you live here as a non-resident, like D'Angelo, he's not a resident, he's been here 16 years, but he's a perpetual tourist. You have a resident, and there's options for both of us, and you're not, I don't know, turned away is not the right way, because, you'd have to have some money. You just can't go in there,
Yeah, you just can't just show up.
You can't do that anywhere, really, right?
Yeah.
So you got to either have maybe a little bit of cash, some insurance, or you're in the Caja,
Yeah.
the thing here.
You just should have planned for your life but just know that if you become in a situation, the Costa Rican people as a whole, as you're a senior, they're not going to abandon you. They're not going to just let you sit there.
I don't know if you know this answer, this has been really bothering me, that the person I'm talking about, okay, when you're kind of going south and you're getting older, a lot of times you don't know you're doing it. So, I'm telling you right now, she's not checking herself in anywhere. She's sliding, and at some point, there's going to be some sort of intervention. I don't know if you know the answer to this. What could happen?
So they can intervene. If somebody reports a senior being a little bit shaky or something, they can report, they can go in and intervene, and it is a process. It's a separate group. It's similar to Bani, which is the ministry for kids. It's another administration for seniors that goes out and takes care of them.
So they would kind of intervene and go, let's go see what's going on. We have these reports, and I don't know, I hate asking these kind of questions, but if she's going that way but she has money, she'd be taken care of, right? Somebody would be an advocate, true?
Somebody would be an advocate, but they would make sure they go to a facility that's adequate to be able to take care of those situations, because they would send her to get tested and see what's going on.
Right.
But they give people a chance. They're not going to just take her, but
give us your bank account.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. But yeah, there's hopefully there will be enough people that you put into a place that she's not going to be taken advantage of. But yeah, like any place. But we got people like you, Michael,
right,
that care.
No, I agree. You can never, obviously can't say 100% that everything's going to be perfect.
No roses.
But I do think the bright star here is that Costa Rica in general does have older people are revered here. They're revered. It's like an Indian culture. Indians like they're revered. They're like the gurus. The shamans.
There's a respect towards seniors that paved the road for us, because of what they did for us. is why we're walking today.
Right.
We're on these roads. They built. They laid the path for us. So we got to take care of them.
I agree. So I know you guys probably have a million questions, because there is a million questions on this topic. But the reason I wanted to just kind of generally talk about it is because if you do have an issue, maybe you have a loved one down here and you're worried, write me or fill out the form. Johnny can help with this kind of situation possibly. So, or maybe he can steer you in a direction to get your loved one the help he or she needs. So anyway, Johnny, thanks a lot for talking, man.
Thank you, sir.
Hey guys, I'm Michael Lown for TravelCostaRicaNow.com. Peace, guys. I hope it helps. Johnny, say bye. Hey man, things are gonna pop up. Always do your homework and research, man. If you're thinking about living or traveling anywhere, and there's no better place to start than our videos. All right, man. Ciao. Can you turn that off, D'Angelo?
Sure.
Put your face in there.